Hello, just going for a walk, taking the dogs for a walk. It's such a beautiful day. I'm just dropping cheese. That's a really strange thing, but the dogs love cheese. And sometimes on my walks they like run off, so I got cheese so I can call them back. Yeah, if you're wondering why I'm walking along with cheese. Yeah, like the other day Looney just disappeared and I had this big panic attack. Anyway, she came home, but I got my cheese to keep them close. So I actually didn't record much content this week at all. I basically forgot to set my camera up each time. I have been still just cleaning out the nursery really slowly, getting the nursery sort of a little bit ready. The next step is painting. So I've got most things cleaned out. We're nearly ready to paint. So I gotta get going though, because like baby's not far away. 27 weeks. Yeah, so I better really get to it. But in this vlog today, I think I want to talk a little bit about maybe I call it our infertility journey. So a little bit about how we got our little babe. And I think people think like getting pregnant is a really easy thing, and often it's not. Often it is, I suppose, but for a lot of people it takes a while. We were really lucky, but basically I'm going to be panting through this because I'm a pregnant woman going for a walk. So I apologize for that. So basically I have PCOS, and for years I had these really irregular periods. So Dev and I have been trying for a baby for 3 years. I think it was actually it's 3 years now, but obviously we succeeded. So I think it probably would have been more like 2.5 years, really. So we're trying for about 2.5 years. Since we got married, we sort of went off all contraception, and we said, okay, if we get a baby, that would be a really great thing to happen for us. So, yeah, basically 6 months went past. I'm like, oh, not pregnant. Still not pregnant. Nothing's happened. Another 6 months went past, and then we sort of, after a year, and then after the 2 years, we're like, okay, we might need to maybe go get a little bit of help with this. So we went to, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm just going to sit down and have a bit of a rest. I'm at the chickens now. So I'm just going to sit down and talk to the chickens with my cheese. Let's see if the cheese works. You ready? Cindy, Luna, come. Cindy, Luna, come. Oh, I don't think you saw her run in. She ran. Good girl. Good girl. Good boy, Cindy. Good diggies. Hey, you come when you're cold, you get some cheese. You come when you're cold, you get some cheese. Good girl. Okay, we'll save the rest of that cheese for the trip home. That's all for now. Good girl. Okay, so anyway, back to my story. Yeah, so we're trying for 2.5 years for a baby. Still not pregnant. It was really strange. But my periods were so irregular. Like, just ridiculously irregular. Like, at one point, I have this record. I think I went like 3 months without getting a period. And then like had a period. My longest period lasted like 40 days. It was very extreme. So I was like, okay, I really want to get some help with this. So for a few months, like you go see your GP and then a few things. And I finally got onto a gynecologist and like a private gynecologist, and got some advice. And then started all this strange like medication and that sort of thing. Yeah. And that's basically my story. So I started this medication. I had a bit of a strange reaction at the first. And then I took like this tablet that's like a breast cancer drug. But it's supposed to stimulate ovulation and kickstart your menstrual cycle. So basically for the 2.5 years that I couldn't get pregnant, it was it was because I wasn't even, I didn't even have a cycle. I wasn't ovulating. So I was basically infertile for that period of time because my body wasn't producing any eggs. Because if you don't have a period, your cycle doesn't work and you're not ovulating. So basically went on these tablets and they worked. Started to get into a routine, and then we took this breast cancer treatment drug, and I was like, oh my goodness, what is this? Like, do I trust the process? So I did. I trusted the gynecologist, and I said, yeah, whatever you think. Started going on them. Also started like pessaries. Ooh. But it all worked. And then we got a positive pregnancy test, and it didn't feel true. We didn't tell anyone for like the 12-week period that you're supposed to, and even after that we thought we'd lose it, lose the baby. I don't know. You just never we never really let it sink in until about maybe like 15 weeks, and we're like, okay, this is getting serious now. Like, we're gonna have a baby, hopefully. So that's our story. But a little bit of trouble, but not too bad. Like, the first treatment, we got pregnant. Like, as soon as my body started ovulating with this medication, like, it took 2.5 years to figure it all out and start treatment and that sort of thing. And then after we started treatment, my body got a little bit more predictable and, that sort of thing. Now we got a baby. So we really, really, really want this baby. Like, he's important to us, and like, creating a family is really important. We're really grateful to have this opportunity, but 2.5 years it took, which in the scheme of things isn't that long. I know couples that have been trying for years. Like, it's so crippling how long they try for. And then I remember, like, in the 2.5 years we were trying, I remember looking at pregnant women and thinking, oh, I can't wait until I'm pregnant. I can't wait until we get a little baby, and seeing other people with little babies. And now to think that I'm doing that to other people, like, I don't know. Sometimes I feel a bit bad because I'm like, how many women are looking at me thinking, oh, I wish I could get pregnant, or oh, I wish I could have a baby, Anyway, that's my story. We're very grateful. And I'm not sure what happens with PCOS. That's why, like, all these vlogs, I'm like, I've been in hospital this week. I've got the diabetes. What else has happened? All these ridiculous things are happening, and I'm getting checked all the time. PCOS puts you at a little bit of a higher risk point for all that sort of stuff. So I think that's the only reason why I'm sort of getting it a little bit worse than maybe others. I'm not sure. But it's quite common. So many women have polycystic ovaries. That's what it's called, polycystic ovary syndrome. And it's sort of like different for everyone. Yeah. It's really quite common. But I think that's why maybe, like, I've got the, like, gestational diabetes and things are just maybe a little bit more complicated than they should be. I'm still seeing a gynecologist, still taking, like, a lot of tablets and pessaries and all that sort of stuff. But I trust in the care. Like, the gynecologists have been really good, and yeah, and so far, like, they've given me all good advice because myself, my baby, we've all been really healthy. So yeah, I'm just so happy. Actually, I have days where I'm just miserable and anxious. This week I've had a few, and I'm just like, all day I'm just anxious and crying and, like, but I think it's just a pregnant thing. Like, I think it's just a pregnant thing. Today I feel really good. I'm happy, but yesterday I was like mopey as. So I don't want everyone to think that I'm just like happy and pregnant and like living in this blissful bubble. Yesterday I was just so anxious about everything. The bathroom, finishing the bathroom, finishing the nursery. We're putting someone on to replace me, so financial stress of staff. Also, there's a staff increase, so that increases the financial stress on our business. And just like stress everywhere. Financial stress, bathroom stress, nursery stress. I think Devon's overworking too. I'm worried he's doing too much. Because I'm starting to slow down now, but I'm just really worried that extra workload's just going on to Devon. And I don't think you can possibly be happy if your partner is unhappy or stressed. you know, like it really affects me. I think the worst thing is to see your partner, you know, overworked or stressed or something. Yeah, it's really awful. But we'll figure it out. I'm going to try to see if I can get Devon a few more days off. But he's working so hard. Oh, and another stress we have is we're setting up a new cold room. We want to get this in before baby just to make life easier. Because we're prepping food sort of all the time. We need to be able to store. We've only got a fridge to run our restaurant on. It's just not enough. It hasn't been enough for years, but now that I'm leaving, I'll be taking maternity leave and Devon's doing a lot more. Like, we need to get it in. So that's another stress. So yesterday I had a bit of a meltdown about it all. Devon's so supportive. He's such a sweetie. Yeah, but I think I just need to let loose a little bit and let go of things. Like, if things aren't done, does it really matter? Like, I think I just need to enjoy, you know, my baby. Enjoy being with Devon. And just enjoy this time a little bit more and not be so stressed. So, anyway, that's my thinking. I'm going to hike back up that hill. Every day I'm trying to do some sort of physical activity. It's supposed to be really good for diabetes. And on work days, like if I work, I walk all day, I'm on my feet all day, like I have plenty of activity, but on days off, I like lump. And today I've just been doing like emails, content. All the chickens just ran away. Emails, content, like sitting on my katukas all day. So I thought, nah, gotta go for a walk. Okay, time to hike up the hill. Come on, baby. Let's get going. Oh, I can't find the dogs. I'll have to do a cheese call. Cindy, Luna, come. Oh, there she is. Good girl. Good girl. Where's your brother? Cindy, come. He's not as obedient, is he? You're a good girl. Okay, he'll come. He'll come. Let's go home. Let's go home. Oh, there he is. Cindy, come. Come, Cindy. Come. Come on, move with a little bit more gusto. Come on. Good boy. No, Lenny, this is Cindy's cheese. Good boy. Good diggies. Good girl. Let's go home. Let's go home. Let's go home. Come on. Just having a break. Oh. This is the driveway up to the house from the farm. Oh. I don't normally have to stop and have breaks. I don't know, am I less fit from being pregnant, or I think it's just like having a baby in there taking up all my like lung room. Like I feel my lungs are working at like 2% capacity. It's ridiculous. The things you get when you're pregnant, hey. This is a symptom, like having trouble breathing. Like, the dog's like, come on. Having trouble breathing. And like I'm getting heartburn like an old man. I'm getting all the classical symptoms. It's good though. I can't believe I'm in my 3rd trimester. Not too many body aches yet. Aches and pains. I'm trying to like keep up with my yoga and do my stretches and stuff, but everything's just a little bit more uncomfortable than it should be. You know, everything's just a little bit harder. That's why I need to start slowing down on work. Like my Saturday shift's normally a 17-hour shift. Like I can't even walk up a hill. This isn't even a hill. I can't even walk up a driveway, not die. And that long shift, I felt it in the last couple of weeks. Like, I'm just gonna go sit down. Like I could go through the whole day without a lunch break, easy. And I just sip on like up and goes, or like, you know, those yogurts that the children have with a little sucky straw or something. You know, I just sip on that and that could be my food for the day. But I'm starting to slow down now, which is probably good. I probably pushed myself a bit too hard on that Saturday. But see, I pushed myself really hard in a few days so I can have days off like this, where I can wander my farm with my dogs. And I can take it a bit easier and do the things that I want to do around the house. And that's why I push myself so hard in those days. But we're beginning a new era. a new era with a baby and me becoming a mum. So I need to adjust and change and embrace this new era. A little bit more time at home. Oh, Lee's finding that cheese I dropped before. Oh, score! When I started recording, I was fumbling my cheese everywhere. Anyway, I gotta get home because I gotta get into town. Not at the hospital today. It's not a hospital trip. It's just a dental trip. Just gotta do my teeth check. That's it. So it's a bit of a pain having to drive into town, but it's important. Oh my gosh, I'm nearly there. Oh, this is so embarrassing. You see women that like at the gym or running marathons when they're pregnant, and here I am like struggling to get up the highway, the driveway. Nearly there. But sometimes you're just walking along and you just like struggle to breathe and you're just like, nah! I don't know, it must just be a pregnant thing. But I think, I don't know, maybe I've slowed down a little bit. We'll get through it. Yeah, look, okay, we're on some flat ground soon. This is our driveway. Look at how rough it is. You can't go up this driveway and you're just like, on the way up, you nearly get thrown out the window. It's so rough. But, oh, we'll get there. The house isn't perfect. It's very far from. And like, I think I'm a little bit disappointed because like I always wanted the house to be nice before we had kids. But we live in the real world and like most of our money we put back into our business, and I know that's the right decision because the business is gonna give us an income and keep our family financially strong. And if I put that money into the house, we'd have a nice house, but we might not have enough an income to live off. I don't know. I need to like put the money into the business, get that started, get that running well. And then, you know, when the business is looked after, then we can take a bit more money for ourselves, maybe. Oh! God, yeah. Yeah. Okay, I gotta get to the dentist. To the dentist! Oh my goodness. Bye-bye, sweet dogs. Bye-bye. Oh, just heading off for my dentist appointment. I won't even be that long. It's just a clean. But there's dogs. Oh. And often you see the cat. She's looking through the other window. They all just like watch you leave. So sad. Oh, just going down the driveway now.